So then I believe, and again, I think Dad did confirm, this is their wedding with his wife, and I don't know who this is, sadly.
Maybe
And
her
that's
dad?
it might have been her dad, maybe her brother.
Maybe your brother.
Again, you have to remember we were told
Nothing.
no
Nothing
detail.
No.
Not really. And this is his first wife, Elizabeth, and little James. And there she is again as a little, very small baby here. And this was probably fairly, you know, he died, he was going on three, so he couldn't have been much more before that. And it just felt almost too painful somehow. You know, like I felt like it would be too painful for him. Maybe I was projecting, I don't know. You know what I mean? Like,
I think that's a normal projection that would put on somebody to assume.
he didn't seem really keen on talking about it, so, you know, we never asked very much. My older sister does have one story that she asked to recount, was that she lived for many years with her husband up in Rawdon. She's now back in Point Claire, but she lived for years in Rawdon. And my dad went up to see her and her husband, John. It was the first time he had spoken to Linda about it. They went past the Rawdon Hotel, and he said to Linda, "Oh, that's familiar." He said, "My brother and I spent almost a year in that hotel drinking with insurance money, just trying to forget."
When you look at these pictures, I mean, it's an absolute disaster. What goes through your mind?
I think I found out around probably my teenage years as well. And same sort of, you know, obviously not the same reaction as my mom because it was her father, but just sort of like mind blown. Like, wow, this, not only did that my grandfather had a first family, but it was such a tragedy, and that he sort of never talked about it and it was never spoke of, but it was a big deal. And so seeing that, you know, like you talked about before, this is in Montreal, Canada, not, you know, London during the war. Like, it looks like a war scene.
And it's right downtown Montreal.
Yeah. And to think that my grandfather walked in on that, like walked from work, you know, came rushing to that scene.